Bashed into the wicket by Zazai. Attempted pull by Gowda, no contact. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to minor league cricket from Morgan Hill, Northern California. It is a blustery, hot afternoon here at Morgan Hill, at Strikers Cricket home ground, also known as Tarika. The Strikers looking for the third win on the bounce after a couple of wins against Surf Riders and Grizzlies over the last couple of days. Blazers with 1 win and 1 defeat over the last 2 games. Struck fiercely towards point, but straight to the man at point. Dot ball. A lot of work being done on the ball by the skipper Ray Reefer at mid-off. Again bashed into the wicket. Again an attempted steer, no contact. This has been a feature of Zazai's bowling plan over the last couple of games. He likes to use the middle of the pitch, banging it in. Zazai is operating at the 5-4 field to Sajid Gowda. As we speak, the leg side gets some reinforcements. It is actually 5-4 at the moment. A man at deep point and 4 men in the ring on the offside. Nobody deep down the ground. There is a deep square leg in place. Bowled at fuller by Zazai, hit back to him, attempted shy at the strikers in, no result. Dot ball. It has gotten hotter in each of the last 3 days here at Morgan Hill. Again banged into the wicket. This time Gowda works it off his hips towards square leg for a single. That is the only single of a 1-run over. Blazers 3 for none after 2 overs. Blazers won the toss earlier and elected to bat first. Netrwalkar about to bowl his second over from the far end. Banged into the wicket. The batter ducks. No sign from the umpire. Keeper collects on after a mild fumble. Both of these opening quicks, Netravalkar and Sanjay, have been using the short ball quite liberally. Gowda gives himself a bit of room, punches it towards the short cover region for a quick single. A lot of encouragement for the bowler from the infield. Two men in the deep for Durrani on the leg side. Points in the ring. Attempted pull shot by Durrani. Rebounds off the keeper's gloves. There's a bit of a hash in the deep. Gary returns the throw to the keeper's end. The batters scramble for what appears to be the second run. Two leg byes, which means Durrani is still not off the mark. This time he punches it off the back foot towards a short mid wicket for a quick single. Strikers fans would remember that Netravalkar is fresh from a 4-wicket over yesterday against the Lashings. The last ball was called a no ball, which means is a free hit. So Gowda about to line up a free hit against Netravalkar. Short delivery pulled towards mid-on. They scramble a single. Shy the non-strikers end. The LEDs seem to pop up, but the batter is in safe. It's been a quiet start so far by the Blazers. Both batters kept in check by the fast bowlers. Durrani works that one towards shots mid-wicket for a dot. There's been next to no foolish deliveries on display so far, so the batters sort of pinned at the crease or pinned onto their back foot. No drives in front of the wicket. Netravalkar continues. Left arm over the wicket. He's hit that towards mid wicket. They think of a single. They do scamper through as a half stop by the man in short mid wicket. And at the third over, Blazers 10 for none. Zazai about to continue from the near end. Just one run of his first over. A big swish by the batter, but that went down the leg side. The umpire turns around and says wide. A big swing by Durrani trickled off the edge towards square leg for a single. The temperature as we speak at the ground here in Morgan Hill, a pretty cool 99 Fahrenheit, just one shy of the century mark. Fuller, Gowda attempts to slice it, no contact. Zazai keeping both batters on their toes by mixing up his lengths. He's bowled into the wicket on occasions plenty, and on a few occasions bowled it full and fast. That is around about a Yorker length, but just a little outside off stump. No length whatsoever for the batter to work with. Yusuf Zazai is a 24-year-old from Patkia, Afghanistan. Ball into the wicket, attempted pull shot, goes to the keeper on the bounce. Again, the pattern continues. Quite a few shortish deliveries mixed with the occasional full ones. Gowda not quite getting the bounce that he had anticipated. His attempted pull shot was a little over the eventual trajectory of the ball. Finally, a full offering driven to mid-on for a sharp. We haven't seen too many full deliveries. Gowda getting into position quickly on that full offer. A minor tweak to the field. Both men in the deep on the leg side, a deep square leg and a slightly wideish deep fine leg. Durrani defenses towards mid-on. The bowler runs across to stop that one for another dot. Both batters sedate so far. Durrani 3 of 9, Gowda 5 of 16. Strikers are unbeaten at Tariqa so far. 1 win last year and a couple of wins on the bounce this weekend. They'd love to keep that unbeaten record going, hunting for their 4th win at this ground, 3 on the trot this tournament. A false start from Zai. This extremely strong breeze across the ground is keeping everybody honest. It is a bit of a menace for the faster bowlers as they try to run in off these long run-ups. Last ball of the 4th over coming up. Zai to Durrani. Short ball, angled towards the offside. They think of single but stick with none. That is a very tidy finish to another pacey Zai over. Just a couple of runs and the wide, and 4 overs places 13 for none. First bowling change by strikers. Skipper Ray Reefer about to begin proceedings from the far end, bowling left arm over the wicket to Durrani. Durrani guides that into the point region for a dot. One left armer replaces another left armer from the far end. Gada goes aerial off the edge. There's a tumbling catch at point. Celebration time for the strikers. Gowda tried to launch that one, but the angle slanting it away from the right-hander found the edge. Waiting to confirm the point fieldsman who snaffled that catch. Let's take a look at the replay. Gowda trying to launch that one in front of the wicket, getting a leading edge. A tumbling take by Gary at point. Skipper Ray Reefer with the opening breakthrough. Blazers 13 for 1 after 4.2 overs. Number 27 and skipper Sanjay Krishnamurthy in at number 3 for Blazers. Blazers in need of a little bit of momentum after a quiet start by their opening partnership. Sanjay Krishnamurthy has been very productive with the ball over the last couple of games, but hasn't got too many runs. He'd love to get a big score today. Refer to Sanjay. It's skipper v skipper right now. Block towards the cover fieldsman for a dot. Sanjay Krishnamurthy drives this through the covers. Applause rings out at the Blazers dugout as he brings up the first boundary of the innings. That is bowled full. And Krishnamurthy obliged by stepping forward and hitting it through the line. Good early boundary from the skipper. Blazers move to 17 for 1 with that 4. Let's take a look at the replay. Full and allowing Sanjay to free his arms. And importantly there, the placement was on point. This time dug into the wicket by Refer. Good comeback. Defended watchfully by the skipper towards short cover. Ball into the wicket this time. A big pull shot by Sanjay that has sailed over the man at deep mid wicket for 6. That is a pretty bold start to the innings by Sanjay Krishnamurthy. That's 10 runs of Refer's first over. Blazers finished the 5th over with 23 for 1. First sign of spin this afternoon. Kamran Hotak about to bowl left arm around from the near end. Cut towards the man tumbling at sweep cover point in the ring. This is the last over of the power play. Kamran Hotak's got a long off in place. Guided into the wide mid-off region for a dot. Attempted push towards the cover, no contact. 3 dot balls on the bounce by Hotak. Durrani's been quiet so far, 3 of 12. He would be looking to up the ante. 3 more balls to go in the power play. Durrani goes back and pulls that one towards deep mid wicket. 2 men giving chase. The man running back from the ring makes a sliding stop as the batters complete a well-run 2. Hotak bowling a tad shorter on the occasion, allowing Durrani to go back and work it into the onside. 2 more balls to go before the power plays are done. This time defended watchfully into the covers. Again, tidy stuff from the bowler. A reverse by Durrani is an appeal, not sure for what. In the end, a dot ball. Hotak finishes with just a couple of runs of his first over. The power plays are done. Blazers 25 for 1 after 6 overs. That is a wide from Katawazai from the far end, bowling right arm over the wicket to Sanjay Krishnamurthy. The power plays are done, which means the field can spread out a little bit. 3 fielders in the deep on the leg side. The only man in the ring is at short fine leg. Krishnamurthy already with some early momentum into his innings, a 4 and a 6 off Reefer's last over. Slap towards the wide long on region. It beats the diving effort by the skipper Reefer. That is another boundary for Krishnamurthy. He moves to 14 of just 5 balls. All of his runs courtesy of boundaries so far. A couple of 4s and a 6. Much needed momentum for the Blazers after a quiet first 3 or 4 overs. Katawazai bowled that wide off stump, but it was short. Krishnamurthy could play the pull shot and fetch it towards the long on region. This time a slap towards the man at cover for a dot. Couple of dot balls for Katawazai. Two for 24 and none for 26 were Katawazai's figures over the last couple of games at this tournament so far. This time Krishnamurthy hits that back towards the bowler on the bounce. That is a useful trio of dot balls by the bowler. After that wide and a 4, Katawazai has bowled it a fair bit fuller and closer to the stumps, not giving too much room for Sanjay to work with. This time clipped off his legs and in the gap as well. Just a little error in line and Sanjay Krishnamurthy takes full toll. He's dealing in boundaries right now. Let's take a look at the replay. Katawazai bowled that full, but unfortunately the angle taking it away from the right-handed batter. Sanjay's 18 of 9, courtesy of 3 4s and a 6. Nine runs off this over so far. Bowled fuller. Sanjay goes down the ground, I believe. A single to finish a 10-run over. Blazers 34, or actually 35 for 1 after 7. Hotak to continue. Left arm. Whoops! That was hit towards the man at Selimidov. That was a bump though. Guided through the covers for a single by Krishnamurti. That is his 20th run. 20 of 12, while Durrani's 5 from 15 so far. Works this one off his pads towards the mid-wicket fieldsman for a single. This time Krishnamurti slaps it towards long off for another single. There's 3 singles on the bounce. Durrani goes aerial and he's waiting for the signal from the umpire. It's actually a 4. It was pretty close to the boundary. Durrani finding a release shot. He has been looking for his first boundary for quite a while. He moves to double figures with that shot. Let's take a look at the replay. That was bowled a tad fuller, allowing Durrani to reach it, and he also placed it smack in the middle between the long off and deep cover fieldsman. This time shorter, he goes down low and sweeps it towards deep square leg. Mid-wicket runs to his right. The batters have enough time to come back for a couple of runs. A lot of applause from the Blazers dugout for the batters. That is the end of a 9-run over from Hotak. Blazers move to 44 for 1 after 8 overs. Skipper Raymond Reefer's back in business from the far end. Just the 1 over for Katawazai from the far end. Big swing by Sanjay, no contact on occasion. It was full enough for the stroke, but no contact. It is Skipper versus Skipper in the 9th over. A little bit of change in the field in the offside. Cover moves to his right by a couple of steps. This time, ball end of the wicket, appeal for caught behind. Yes, says the umpire. Reefer exults in celebration. The strikers are converging in celebration. That is an important moment in the game. Krishnamurti had looked in glorious form so far. 3 fours and a 6 for his 21 of 15. That is a big blow from the strikers. Blazers 44 for 2 after 8.2 overs. That was angled across and found what appeared to be an outside edge. Let's wait for the replay. Left arm over, angling across the right-hander and kissing the outside edge. Arepalli doing the rest. Skipper Reefer jumping for joy. 44 for 2 are the Blazers. Reefer already on a 2-for. Bagged a couple of wickets over the last 2 games. He's got 2 already in this game. Two important wickets, both Gowda and Krishnamurthy. Saideep Ganesh, the wicket-keeper batter, is in at number 4. Just a couple of days ago, Saideep scored a splendid 100 for the Blazers, an undefeated 111 of 50-odd balls. So he has plenty of good recent form to bank on. He is about to open his innings against an informed Reefer. 2 wickets already. Left arm over, Reefer to Ganesh. Ganesh goes for a sliced drive. Sweeper cover runs to his left. The batters come back for a second run. Ganesh opening his account with a brace. This time Ganesh goes straight. There is a man in the deep at long off who runs across to keep that to 1. Refer to Durrani. Durrani pulls that one towards square leg. It goes to the fielder on a single bounce. A single to Durrani. Lots of chirp from the outfield. The strikers' fielding units seem to be a reasonably happy unit. They would have been buoyed by the wicket earlier in this over. Attempted open-faced glide by Saideep, no contact. That is the end of an eventful over. Reefer with a big wicket, just 4 runs off that one. He's got figures of 2 for 14 after his 2 overs so far. Blazers 48 for 2 after 9 overs. The run rate 5.33. More spin on offer from the near end. We get a bowling change. Houtek had bowled a couple of overs from this end. Now we've got the right arm off spinner Pranay Suri about to bowl to Durrani. Durrani goes down the sweeps, an appeal for like before, and Suri strikes first ball. Exultation from the jerseys in blue. Durrani was looking to up the ante there, going down low, trying to slog sweep that one to mid-wicket. Unfortunately, he got struck in front. Let's take a look at the replay. The near end has been the spinner's end for the last 2 or 3 days. That was turning in, pitching just a tad outside off stump and heading him in front of middle stump. Easy decision for the umpire on that occasion. Durrani departs for 13 of 20 balls. Blazers 48 for 3. Anji Pereira, the man in at number 5. He's got a job to do for his side right now. They need a partnership. Anji leans forward and caresses that towards deep cover. Cover runs to his left. Pereira gets back for a couple of runs to open his account immediately. This is a pretty good matchup for Pereira, right arm off spin. He likes to use his feet against the off spin bowlers. This time going back and opening the face towards point. They think of a single, but a little tumble at point, making it eventually a 4 for the batter. That is a brisk start from the number 5 batter. This time worked into the deep on the leg side for a single. Pereira moves to 7 of 3 balls. Pretty proactive start from the right-hander from Sri Lanka, from Moratuwa, Sri Lanka. He got starts in both of his previous 2 innings. This time driven by Ganesh towards long off. Shivam Mishra, the man at long off, doing the fielding. Another single for Pereira. That is the end of a busy over for Pranay Suri, an important wicket of the opening batter, and a few runs after that. He finishes with 1 for 9 of his first over. Blazers 57 for 3 at the halfway stage as players take a breather and a drink. Katawazai back for a second over from the far end, bowling over the wicket to Ganesh. Glided towards the point region for a quick single by Ganesh. He likes to use this shot ever so often. There is a man in the ring at short third man. There is a point in place. There is a sweeper cover, a short cover, and a long off. So it is a 5-4 field for both of these right-handed batters. Nobody deep behind the wicket as both fine leg and third man are in the ring. Long on is quite wide, so there's a yawning gap between long off and wide long on. Attempted swish by Ganesh, no contact on that occasion, dot ball. Ganesh jumps down the ground and slaps this one over the bowler. Both long off and long on converge, but to no avail. That is a useful boundary for Saideep Ganesh. It is his first boundary of the innings. A display of intent by the batter, stepping forward to the fast bowler and heading him over the ground. This time Ganesh moves across to the offside and works it towards square leg. This time only a single. A little misfield in the deep allows the batters to come back for a couple of runs. Applause breaking out at the Blazers dugout as they look to move the run rate forward in the middle stage. Gary Graham, the man at deep fine leg with the fielding. Oh, this time innovative from Ganesh. He moved across to the offside and scooped it through fine leg for a 4. Nifty footwork, nifty hands from the batter. He moves to 14 of 8 with the second boundary. Let's take a look at the replay. That is the first innovative shot of this innings. He moved quite wide of off stump. The important feature of that shot alongside the innovation was also the placement. There is a short fine leg in the ring and there is a deep fine leg which is sort of wide. Ganesh was able to pick the gap between those two fieldsmen. This time worked down the ground for a single. That is the end of a 12-run over from Katawazai. He's got figures of none for 22 after 2 as Blazers make some forward strides. 3 for 69 after 11 overs. We are subjected to an extremely hot yet windy day here. Off spin from the near end. Attempted slash, a mild appeal for stumping. The umpire is unmoved as Pranay Suri continues to bowl right arm over the wicket. Prior to this game, Ganesh has already accumulated 139 runs of his 2 games so far, of just 85 balls. With that magnificent 111, he's been striking at 160 plus so far. Attempted loft down the ground, again no contact. 2 dot balls for Pranay. Lots of encouraging chirps from the fieldsman for the off-spinner. This time he finds the middle of the bat. This time it sails over the long off fieldsman for a 6. Ganesh was looking for a similar shot of the previous delivery as well, but this time he found a magnificent connection. Let's take a look at the replay. This was tossed up a little wide. Back live. This time Ganesh flicks it off his pads towards wide long on for a single. He moves to 22 of 13 balls with that single. There is a tremendous breeze blowing across the ground from mid-wicket to cover as we speak. Pushed into the offside by Anji Pereira for a single. He moves to double figures with that single. Bowled a little shorter, worked away off his hips. They are thinking of 2. It has been placed in the gap. The batter has completed a comfortable second run. That is 10 runs off Pranay Suri's off spin. He's got figures of 1 for 19 after 2 overs. Blazers march forward. They are 79 for 3 after 12. The highlight of the previous over, a magnificent strike over long off. That is bowled wide of off stump. Ganesh getting down low and slamming it over long off just for a couple of seconds. Shivam Mishra might have fancied his chances, but the ball sailed a good 12-15 yards over the fieldsman's head. Ganesh has been scoring runs around the ground so far. Netrawalkar's back into the attack from the far end. Bashed into the wicket, defended towards point for a single. There's nobody at point in the ring. There is a short third man. Netrawalkar is bowling his 3rd over. He unleashed all of the damage in the game yesterday. In his 3rd over, he got 4 wickets, 3 batters bowled out, and one of them hit wicket. It is an effective bouncer from the bowler. Ganesh letting that one sail over. Left arm over from Netrawalkar to Saideep Ganesh. This time a pull shot by the batter. There is a fieldsman at a wideish deep square leg. Just a single. 81 for 3. The Blazers continue their march towards a possible big score. They'd be thinking 150 plus. Pereira guides this one towards the deep point fieldsman for a single. He moves to 12 of 8 balls. His good starts in every one of his innings so far. Scores between 10 and 20 in his last 2 games. He would love to make this one a more substantial innings. A cut shot by Ganesh in the gap. Is it? Diving save by the fieldsman nodding to his left at sweeper cover as the batters come back for a couple of runs. Good cricket all round. That was a well-timed cut from Saideep Ganesh, the man at the deep making a tumbling stop. An adjustment in the field by Netravalkar. Point has been pushed back to deep point. Long off comes into the circle. 5-4 offside field. This time a pull shot by Ganesh, a pretty authoritative pull shot that has actually waiting for the umpire's signal. Is at 4 or 6? 6 says the umpire. That was bowled a little shorter. Ganesh camping on the back foot and unleashing a powerful pull shot. He moves to 33 of only 18 balls as Blazers march forward 90 for 3 in 13 overs. Ganesh has added a lot of impetus to the Blazers innings in the last 3 or 4 overs. A couple of sixes, 1 over long off of a straight drive, this time going on the back foot and pulling it. Let's take a look at the replay. A short ball around about leg stump. Ganesh rocking back and pulling it. Eleven runs off the Netravalkar over. The ground's being buffeted by some strong winds, which have been a bit of challenge for the players and the camera crew here. Bala and Bibu, the gentleman, manning the broadcasting and the multiple cameras at the ground. We've got 4 cameras around the ground to bring you this action. Batted towards long on for a single. The left arm spin of Kamran is back in view. Ganesh goes down low and sweeps it. He's got enough time to come back for a couple of runs. Bowled shorter. Ganesh goes back and pulls it. Two men converge. Long on fields it. A single. Anji Pereira pushes this one towards mid-wicket for another single. Hotak bowling that one a little flatter. From a Blazers standpoint, they'd want Saideep Ganesh to bat all the way to the 20th over. He's been finding boundaries with regularity. Punched towards the long on fieldsman for another single. This time an open-faced glide towards the sweeper cover fieldsman for another single. 4 singles to finish Hotak's third over. He's got figures of none for 18 of his 3. Blazers inch towards 100. They are 97 for 3 after 14 overs. Reefer back in operation from the far end. Wide signalled. Left arm over the wicket to Anji Pereira. Left arm pace bowler against right-handed batter has been a feature from the far end. That angle across the right-hander opening up a host of possibilities. Too much width, you'll get carved towards point for 4. Just the right line, and then you might get an edge to the keeper. A whole host of interesting possibilities with that angle. This time glided by Anji Pereira towards the short third man fieldsman for a single. Pereira moves to 16 of 13 with that single. Ganesh jumps down the track and drives it straight down the ground. Mid-off slides and makes a stop. Good bit of fielding, a single to Ganesh. Pereira again opening the face of the bat, guiding that towards the deep point fieldsman for a single. He has been pilfering the offside square of the wicket. Ganesh, a fair bit happening there. Ganesh tried to move towards the off stump. Reefer bowled it further wide, but unfortunately that was a wide ball, and the keeper could not quite take that one. Translated into an extra bye. Handy extras for the Blazers. They bring their 100 up with that one. Refer to Anji Pereira. Pereira goes for a big swing. He gets a leading edge. It beats the man at shot third man. Goes away for 4. Applause rings out at the Blazers dugout as they look to accelerate in the late stage. 17 of 14. Pereira tried to swing towards long on, but the leading edge taking it over third man. Pereira tries to swipe it towards mid-wicket, no contact on that occasion. Handy dot ball by skipper Reefer. Both batters showing a sense of urgency as we move towards the last 1/4 of the batting innings. This time a glide towards shot third man for a single. Tumbling half stop by the fieldsman. 1 run to complete that over. The scorecard on screen isn't quite updated yet. Pereira hits that one towards long on for a single. Ganesh jumps down the track and hits that towards long off for a single. Use of the feet. Expect to see both batters take the game on at this stage. Inside the last 5 overs of the innings. Anji Pereira shapes for the reverse sweep. Hits it straight to the man in the circle. Gary Graham fields that one. Handy dot ball from the bowler. Surprise, surprise. The batter has actually switched his stance for just a second. Nope, he's not. This time he smashed that into the gap at cover. Sweeper cover runs to his right. The batter for a couple. That is a wide down the leg side. Ganesh moving towards the leg side when the bowler following suit, unfortunately, bowled way down the leg side. This time flicked off the pads, deep mid wicket in business, and he completes the job. Safely pouched by the fieldsman. Anji Pereira departs for another tidy innings in the pursuit of quick runs. Blazers lose their 4th wicket. We are in the 16th over. The scorecard still isn't up to date. Again, the batter moving to the leg side. Hotak cramping the batter for swinging room. Abhishek Paratkar, the left-handed batter, in at number 6 for Blazers. The scorecard on screen is still a little not up to date. Paratkar works this one square on the offside for a single. He's off the mark straight away as Kamran Hotak finishes his 4 overs. A tremendous breeze buffeting the ground here. We've had a lot of entertaining, enterprising cricket over the last 3 days here at Tarika. Enabled by a sporting pitch. Rafael is the groundsman in chief. It appears to be Netrawalkar from the far end to bowl his 4th over. Left arm quick against a left-handed batter. Paratkar has been in form in this tournament so far. He got a 47 of a 30-odd balls in the first game a couple of days back. He likes to shape towards deep mid-wicket. Netrawalkar v Paratkar. Push towards the offside for a quick single. Point fields. Netrawalkar to Ganesh. Will Ganesh try to attack? A big swing towards the square leg region, no contact. Ganesh has been proactive with his stroke play throughout this innings. He's been scoring runs around the ground. We've seen pull shots, we've seen lofted hits down the ground, we've seen some play in the offside as well. An open-faced steer, but it is called wide by the ump. Handy extra for the Blazers. Ganesh moving to the offside and trying to paddle that towards the fine leg region. The man at short fine leg does the fielding. That's just a single. Paratkar bats this one back towards the bowler. A tumbling return by Saideep Ganesh at the non-striker's end. Dot ball. At this stage of the innings, every dot ball is precious for the fielding unit. The scorecard on screen is finally almost caught up to the current action. Paratkar jumps down the wicket and hits it aerially down the ground. Is it 4 or 6? It is 6. Big moves from Paratkar in the 17th over, stepping down and hoisting the bowler down the ground for a very handy 6. Let's take a look at the replay. Bowled just a little outside off stump. Paratkar proactively jumped down the wicket, a little half stride forward and big swing through. He's no stranger to big sixes. Interwalker's last ball coming up. This time bowled shorter, a controlled pull shot towards deep square leg by Paratkar. Blazers end the over at 123 for 4 after 17. Paratkar will be on strike. 3 overs to go. Blazers looking to step up their striking. Yusuf Desai back into the attack for the 18th over. He's got a couple of overs in the bag. He's been super tidy. None for 4 of his 2 overs so far. Right arm fast over the wicket to the left-handed Paratkar. As Desai has been mixing up short balls with foolish deliveries in his spell today and in games previous as well. What's Paratkar going to do? Opens his face and slices it towards short third man. That defeats the despairing dive by the fieldsman. Another handy boundary for Paratkar. He moves to 13 from 6. That wasn't a bad ball by any stretch. A little bit of width allowing Paratkar to open the face of the bat. Short third man tumbling to his right, unfortunately not quite enough to cut it off. This is an interesting face. An informed Desai against an informed Paratkar. This time a big swing towards the bend wicket, no contact. Scuttles through to the keeper. Nice take by Amog Arepalli behind the wicket. The most consistent feature of this game has been not the bowling or the batting or the fielding, it's been the breeze blowing across. It's been buffeting the ground non-stop as Desai runs in. Oops. A false start by the bowler on that occasion. Quite the beautiful outfield here at Tarika. Big swing by Paratkar towards the leg side. An appeal for leg before. The umpire is unmoved as the batters jog through for what looks like a leg bye. Leg bye says the umpire. That is bowled into the pitch around about leg stump. Paratkar trying to smash it towards mid-wicket, but no contact. That brings Saideep Ganesh back on strike 40 from 26. He would love to take the attack to Zazai. Zazai is operating with a 5-4 field split for Ganesh, 5 on the offside. There is a man at long off and a man at squarish deep cover. 3 men in the arc between deep square leg and long on the leg side. What's Ganesh gonna do? He stays put, opens up the offside with a sliced shot, but straight to the man at point on the ring. A single to Ganesh. Zazai has been a tricky customer to get away with for both batters so far. The first boundary in the over notwithstanding. Bowled Fuller, appeal for leg before. Umpire seems unmoved again. Is this off the bat or the pad? No signal from the umpire. That's possibly off an edge. Let's take a look at the replay. Zazai going to a slightly fuller option. The batter was well outside the leg stump on that occasion, so LBW was out of the question. Again, Paratkar shaping up towards the leg side, but it trickles into the off for a single. Last ball of Zazai's third over coming up. Will Ganesh innovate? Fine leg is dropped back to the fence. Watch out for a short delivery from Zazai. That is a bit of a bluff. He bowls full cover, dives, it beats him. 4 for Ganesh. He moves to 45. Nice piece of timing on that one. When Zazai sent the fieldsman back in the deep, it seemed to be a possible short delivery, but he went for the bluff, bowled it full. Ganesh was waiting on his front foot, drove it off the full face of the bat. A very, very handy boundary to round out the 18th over. 11 runs off of it. .134 for 4 after 18 overs. The breeze has picked up into a mini gale right now. This reminds me of classic test match grounds which are known for strong breezes. Fremantle Doctor, the famous or infamous breeze across the old Waka ground in Perth, Australia. Or some viewers might be recalled, some test match fans might recall windy Wellington in New Zealand. Despite having a few hills in the distance, there's a bit of flat land around the ground, not too many tall trees, which means the winds can really have the right of way. Skipper Reefer to bowl the 19th. Paratkar flicks it towards deep mid wicket. It's gonna be a single. .135 for 4 Blazers. 11 balls to go towards the completion of the innings. The Blazers, given that they have 2 set batters in the middle, would look to reach at least 155. That's roughly 20 runs of the next 11 balls. Is Ganesh going to innovate? That's bowled way wide of the tram lines. Wide, says the umpire. Refer's bowled at least a couple of wides on the offside so far. Trying to hide the ball away from the batter's reach, but a little too wide. That is possibly the widest ball of the innings. Keeper Amog Arepalli is standing way wide of the off stump already. This time a pull shot, no contact. Refer's got a lot of protection in the deep on the offside. 3 men back. This time again wide. Keeper makes a half stop. There's a shy at the strikers end. The batters are able to get through for a single off the overthrow. A lot happening in the middle. That is a wide plus a single to the Blazers. They will count and accumulate and welcome all of those extra runs. Looking at the replay there, Refer again going way wide of the off stump. Arepalli stretching to his right, making a diving half stop. It appears as though the previous ball is actually signaled no ball, which means this is actually a free hit. Refer to Paratkar. Another wide from the bowler. Refer remonstrates with the umpire. The line belongs to the umpire. The free hit continues to exist because this was an illegal delivery. Let's take a look at the replay. This was bowled just about on the line. The line does belong to the umpire. Refer trying to mix up his lens, and that might have also been an attempted slower delivery. Oh, he's bowled him. It is a free hit, so no damage done for the batting unit. This time Refer going full and on pace. Paratkar's swing defeated. The LEDs light up, but no damage done in terms of wickets. A lot of addo, but no change to the scorecard. This has been a pretty eventful over so far. A couple of huge wides, a no ball, a free hit, the stumps of the free hit. This time Paratkar slams it towards long on for only a single. Ganesh is quick, he's going back for 2. It's going to be tight to the non-strikers. He is back and safe. That is very speedy running from Saideep Ganesh. Paratkar moves to 17 with that 2, as Blazers find themselves in the 140s. 141 for 4 with 8 balls to go. Bashed into the pitch. Paratkar unleashes a pull shot. Deep square leg runs to his right. This time it's only a single. An accurate throw back to the keeper. Eight runs off the over so far. Strikers would take that. It's, after all, the penultimate over. They wouldn't mind the odd extra wides if the batters don't find boundaries. Ganesh goes down low, tries to scoop it, beats the batter. The batters scamper for a bye. Short third man runs to his left to defend that one. That is the end of a very busy over. A few extras, but 9 runs off the 19th over. Blazers 143 for 4 with 1 last over to go. Yusuf Sazai about to round out the innings. He's been extremely tidy with his 3 overs so far. He's got his customary 5-4 offside field to the right-handed Ganesh. Can we expect some more innovation from Ganesh? Attempted cut shot beats the bat. Actually, it's a wide. Blazers applauding from their dugout as Blazers creep up towards the 150 mark, 144 for 4. Zazai has been difficult to get away with. His figures are none for 16 of 3 overs so far. Short ball, Ganesh goes aerial over cover. It is 6. Fine bit of timing from the batter there. Zazai going shorter, Ganesh unleashing a strong shot over the cover region to bring up a very handsome half-century, 51 of 32 balls. He's been in a rich vein of form all through this tournament. A magnificent 100 in the opening game a couple of days back. He's backing that up with a splendid half-century of just 31 balls, and he's got 5 more balls to do some more damage. The Blazers moved to 150 with that 6. A lot of milestones being brought with that handsome 6. An adjustment in the field immediately, long off his back. On the fence as Azai runs into Ganesh. Big swing towards the leg side this time. Long on and deep mid-wicket converge. The batters are hustling for the second run. Ganesh has to make his way back to the keeper. He does complete a second run. A lot happening in the middle. The batters are desperate for a late flourish. Good bit of running by Paratkar there. Ganesh moves to 53 from 33 with that brace. Zazai to Ganesh. Bold shot, cut shot, fierce cut shot, I must add. That is a 4. Ganesh demonstrating some nifty footwork throughout this over. This time shorter and a bit of width. Ganesh unleashing a flourishing cut shot. Three handsome 6s. His strike rate is north of 167. Blazers have actually breached the 155 mark. They have 3 more balls to go. With Ganesh in the form that he is, would be hoping for a couple more boundaries. Can Zazai stem the rot? Again, the wind playing a little bit of havoc. The bails have been blown off the stumps at the striker's end. Both batter and umpire doing a bit of repair job. It has been a constant challenge for the players. The strong wind. Zazai runs in for his 4th ball. This time Ganesh drives along the ground towards sweeper cover. They come back for a couple of runs. Lots of applause from the Blazers dugout. Ganesh moves to 59 from 35. ...15 runs off this over so far. A couple of balls left. Ball full, driven towards long on for a single, which means Paratkar would line up for the last ball of the innings. Ganesh finishes with 60 unbeaten runs from just 36 balls. A little bit of adjustment in the field by the skipper for the left-handed Paratkar. The offside has been strengthened with 3 fieldsmen in the deep. A wideish long off, sweeper cover, and a man moving towards deep point. There is a wideish slip in place. Expect Zai to angle that one across the left-hander. Oh, he's bowled him. That is a tremendous way to round out the innings by Zazai. That is a Yorker to defeat the batter's stroke. Paratkar finishes with 18 of 14 balls, a handy partnership at the death with Saideep Ganesh, who's been splendid with 60 of 36. Zazai, impressive comeback after a boundary-laden over. The 20th over is always a challenging over. Went for a few runs the first 5 balls, but bowling a magnificent Yorker to finish. Blazers finish with 159 for 5. Paratkar trying to open the face of the bat and steer it towards third man like he did a couple of overs back, but that one too full and too straight. Great cricket all round from both sides. Strikers would need 160 to take a victory here. Blazers would be reasonably happy with that score. They were sedate in the early stages of this innings. Saideep Ganesh took over in the middle and late overs. Let's take a look at the scorecard. Blazers had won the toss and chose to bat first. Sujit Gowda and Hezbollah Durrani were introspective in their opening stand. Raymond Reefer, the skipper, with a couple of wickets early on. Sanjay Krishnamurthy with an enterprising 21 from 15 with a couple of big boundaries at number 3. Angie Pereira at number 4 with a very handy 25 of 20 balls. Another useful innings. But the main man of this innings was Saideep Ganesh. 60 splendid runs of just 36 balls, replete with boundaries around the ground. 60 with the help of 4 fours and 3 handsome sixes. Pull shots, lofted drives, cut shots. On display, Abhishek Paratkar, 18 from 14 at the death. Again, the handy partnership at the death. Again, association with Ganesh like a couple of games ago. Strikers would need 160 for their third win on the trot. Let's take a look at the bowling scorecard. A lot of left-arm pace from Netrawalkar and Raymond Reefer. A couple of wickets for skipper Reefer, 2 for 31 of his 4. Zazai pacey, as always, 1 for 30 of his 4 overs. The left-arm spin of Kamran Hotak yielding 1 for 23. Katavzai just a couple of overs, conceding a few runs, and Pranav Suri, the off-spinner, 1 for 19 of his 2. As we head into the innings break, strikers need 160 from 20 overs for their third win. Blazers would be feeling pretty confident after that late flourish. We thank all of our folks watching the live stream. We will see you back in a few minutes for the chase. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back. It is East Bay Blazers v Silicon Valley Strikers. Strikers in pursuit of 160 for their third win on the bounce. Carmine Leroux about to open the proceedings for the Blazers from the far end. This is Carmine's first game of Minor League Cricket 2025. Strikers in pursuit of 160 for a hat-trick of wins. They've won both of their first two games over the last couple of days. They've got an unbeaten record at this ground, 3 out of 3. They would love to make it 4 out of 4 at this venue. Blazers a win and a defeat over the last couple of days. Left arm over the wicket from Carmine to Mishra. Think about a single. The batter's non-striker is back in safe. Lots of chirp from the jerseys in yellow around the field. Carmine's got a 5-4 field to the left-handed Shivam Mishra. Hit streakily towards the man, a short fine leg, dot ball. The far end has featured plenty of left-arm pace over the last couple of days. Earlier in this contest, we had Netrwalkar and Raymond Reefer. Now it is the turn of the Blazers to display their left-armed fast-bowling arsenal. Down the leg side, wide's been signaled. It beats the keeper for a bye for the batters. A couple of runs for strikers, though none of the bat yet. Arepalli facing it for the first time. That is bowled wide of the tram line on the offside, wide from Carmine. Left and right opening partnership between Amog Arepalli and Shivam Mishra. Attempted drive beats the bat. No runs of the bat yet. This time a pull shot in the air, no men in the deep. Two fielders run in pursuit. The ball's been reeled in for a couple of runs. Arepalli is off the mark. Amog Arepalli scored 28 runs of 28 balls in the previous innings against Lashings. Defended into the offside. It all threads the gap around the point region. Third man cleans up. A single to Arepalli. That means the strikers move to 6 for none. There is one more ball to go. Oh, that one gets big on Mishra. A streaky single by the batters. Throw from the point fieldsman. No damage done. End of an eventful first over. Strikers 7 for no loss. Young Hari Nair to open from the near end. Off breaks from around the wicket to the left-handed Mishra. Mishra goes towards deep mid-wicket, big swing. Mid-on runs to his left to make a sliding stop. This is the first we've seen of Hari Nair inside the power play. The few overs he had bowled earlier in the tournament, he bowled in the latter stages of the innings. More often than not, we've seen Blazers use Sanjay Krishnamurthy inside the power play from this end. This is a change of tack. Right arm off spin instead of left arm spin. Right arm over to the right-handed Arepalli. Tossed up generously. Arepalli goes down and smacks it over the mid-wicket region for a mighty strike. 6, says the umpire. Arepalli with an early salvo. Let's take a look at the replay. Nair running in over the wicket this time, tossing it generously around about middle stump. Arepalli got a good piece of that for his first 6, first boundary off the batting innings for strikers. It's taken a couple of minutes, but the ball has been retrieved. A little bit of conference between skipper and bowler. Contemplating an adjustment in the field. There's 5 yellow jerseys in the ring on the offside. The 2 fieldsmen in the deep are a long on and a deep mid-wicket. This time, Arepalli goes back and drives that one through the cover region for 4. He's met with a lot of applause from the strikers' dugout. Let's take a look at the replay. This time it is bowled wide of the off stump. Still on the shorter side, allowing the batter to go back and force it through the offside. Good footwork from Arepalli on the last couple of deliveries. Scoring boundaries on either side of the wicket. Strikers 18 for none. He goes back again and smacks a big pull shot. That is a 6. Again, the mid-wicket region has been pulverized. Arepalli's taken a liking to the off-spin on offer. Again on the back foot. Again full swing of the bat. Again deep mid-wicket. Again the ball's been retrieved. 6-4-6. Arepalli is surged to 19 of just 6 balls. A couple of more balls to go in this over. Can Nair stem the tide? Can he bowl a lot fuller perhaps? This time a cut shot. It's caught on the line by the point fieldsman. That is against the run of play. Timely strike for Nair, timely strike for Blazers. Arepalli departs after a fusillade of boundaries. He departs for 19 from just 7 balls. Strikers have got the early boost. They're already 24. It's a short-lived partnership, but a pretty productive, proactive partnership. 24 runs between the opening batters. Arepalli doing most of the damage. Let's take a look at the replay. That was struck towards the point region. Point tumbling to his left to take a bright catch. Nair continues to strike. He's taken wickets of each of his occasions in the last couple of games. Applause for Arepalli as he departs for a cameo. He made 28 of 28 in the previous game. This time falls for 19 of 8 balls. 19 of 7, correction. Srehan Jayasuriya, the left-handed man from Sri Lanka, is in at number 3 for strikers. Hari Nair has been amongst the wickets this tournament. He got a 1-4 in his first game. He bowled 1 over and he got a couple of wickets in the previous game yesterday. Jayasuriya goes down low and sweeps it towards square leg for another boundary. This has been an eventful over. A couple of 4s, a couple of 6s and a wicket. Strikers finished the second over with 28 for 1. 21 from the off spin of Hari. This was angled into the left-hander. Srehan wasting no time going down low and unfurling a sweep shot. Shivam Mishra back on strike against the left-arm pace of Karmai. Left-handed batter, left-arm pacer. Mishra brought his 1,000-run milestone yesterday. 22nd batter at minor league to bring up that milestone. Appeal for leg before. The umpire is a statue right now. The yellow jerseys converge, but they are not going to find any joy with that appeal as Karmai walks back to his mark. Lots of chirp from the strikers dugout. They are happy with their run rate. That one clearly sliding down leg side. Karmai operating with a 6-3 field for the left-hander. Bold shot. Mishra pulls it towards square leg, beats the man running away to his left for 4. The boundaries keep flowing off the bats of the strikers, batters. Slanted towards the leg stump, and because it is a tad short, Mishra having enough time to play a controlled pull shot towards deep square leg. He moves to 6 of 6 now. Every batter has a boundary already. We're barely into the third over. Strikers surging to 32 for 1. They're at 13.71, still 3+ overs in the power play. This time guided with an open face towards the point region. Point runs back, makes a tumbling stop, a single. That's a much better line from Karmai. Jayasuriya goes for a flare through the offside, no contact. Dribbles off the keeper Ganesh. Dot ball. Blazers would love to build a few quiet deliveries. This time push towards the cover. Actually, push towards deep square leg. Correction for a single. A single square off the wicket on the offside to Mishra. 3 singles, a boundary and a wide so far. 8 runs of Karma's second over with 1 ball to go. This time hit down the ground for a boundary. I'm waiting for the umpire's signal. Is that is a 4-second boundary from Jayasuriya. Bowled a tad outside off stump on a fullish length. Jayasuriya, big swing of his blade towards the long on region. Strikers continue to surge. 36 for 1 becomes 40 for 1 at the end of the third over. The run rate a whopping 13.33. The required rate just a smidge over 7. 120 runs needed of 17 overs. More bowling changes for the Blazers. Faizul Khan Ahmadzai about to bowl his first over. Left arm over the wicket from the near end to this pair of left-handed batters. Mishra facing up. Driven off the full face towards mid-off. Good looking stroke, but straight to the fieldsman. Ahmadzai has got a 5-4 field at the moment. 5 on the offside. The 2 men deep are a deep square leg and a deep fine leg. Dug into the wicket, defended towards point. They think of a run. A couple of dot balls. As folks watching live might note, we have a tremendously strong breeze buffeting the ground right now. You can see the jerseys of the players being beat up. That does present a challenge, especially to the faster bowlers as they run into the wicket. Bowled. Oh, he's bowled him. It is a timely strike for Blazers. Attempted pull shot by Mishra. The off stump has been poleaxed. Let's take a look at the replay. Ahmed bounding in, left arm over. It might have got the underedge, or might just deviated off the pitch and defeated the batter's swing. Much needed strike for the Blazers. 40 for 2. Suri walks in at number 4 for strikers, 40 for 2. It's been a pretty entertaining start to the innings. Plenty of boundaries, a couple of wickets already. A sharp take-it point off the off-spinner Hari Nair for the first wicket, and now Ahmed knocking the off-stump out the ground for the team's second wicket. Left arm around, this time to the right-hander. Suri works this one away off his pads for a single. They are thinking of 2. They scamper back, and it is a comfortable 2 in the end. Suri is off the mark straight away. Strikers have a 3-5 head-to-head record against the Blazers, winning the first 3 meetings and then defeats after that. Attempted drive by Suri, no contact. Guided towards the point region. The point fieldsman takes a shy at the non-striker's in-dot ball. Suri is a 32-year-old batter originally from Hyderabad. He had a prolific 2024 season, striking at 162, averaging 37. Eventful first over from Ahmed 1 for 2 of his first over. Handy wicket. Strikers 42 for 2 after 4 overs. Abhishek Paratkar introduced into the attack. Guided towards the point region for a dot ball. Paratkar's operating left arm over the wicket, already the third left arm pacer from Blazers. They started with Karmai, they've got Ahmed Sai at this near end, and then Paratkar now replacing Karmai at the far end. This tournament is chock full of left arm pace bowling and left arm spin bowling talent. Paratkar has been amongst the wickets this tournament. He picked up a 5 for a couple of games back and got 3 in the previous game. Blazers would want him to continue his merry wicket-taking ways. A big swing by Jayasuriya, dribbles towards short fine leg. The batters scamper for a single. Is that off the bat or the pads? Leg by signaled by the umpire. Paratkar's got a 5-4 field to the right-handed Suri. 5 on the offside. The 2 men deep are a wideish long on and a deep square leg. He continues to bowl left arm over to the right-hander. Guided towards point. The batters are alert enough to get a quick single. A bit of half stop by the fieldsman at point. Jayasuriya shapes up towards leg side again. Appeal for leg before and upheld. Paratkar exults. That is a magnificent interception by the bowler. The dangerous Jayasuriya is a little miffed, but he has to make the long walk back. Hands on hips. But the umpire has the final say. Let's take a look at the replay. That was angled into the left-hander. There is a possible case for that sliding down the leg side, but the umpire is the final boss. Jayasuriya walks back reluctantly. Paratkar continues with his wicket-taking habit. Strikers slip to 44 for 3. This has been a very eventful power play from both sides. Plenty of boundaries, plenty of wickets. The game still wide open as both sides straight punches early on. Kamran Hotak in at number 5. He opened the batting on a couple of occasions earlier in the tournament. A ring of fielders in the ring on the offside. All five inside the ring. Kamran guides it towards the point region. Dot ball. Hotak's been a busy cricketer over the last couple of days. He's been bowling plenty of overs of left arm spin and he's been batting up in the top order as well. Another opportunity for him to spend a lot of time in the middle and influence this game. The run rate still a manageable 7.65, the required rate, that is. This time guided towards the square leg fielder in the deep. Hotak is off the mark with that single. Paratkar completes an extremely tidy and handy over. Important wicket, just a couple of runs. Strikers finish the 5th over with 45 runs on the board for the loss of 3 wickets. Faisal Khan Ahmad continues to bowl from the near end. Left arm over the wicket. Open-faced steer by the batter towards short third man. Dot ball to begin with. Five of 7 and 31 from 28 of his previous 2 innings from Hotak. Guided towards short mid-wicket for a sharp single. A despairing dive from the short mid-wicket fieldsman, but the umpire is unmoved. Good hustle from the batters, good hustle from the fieldsman as well. That might have been Paratkar. A few adjustments in the field for the right-handed batter, as Faisal Khan Ahmad switches to left arm around the wicket to Suri. Suri offers a big booming drive through the covers. Sweeper cover runs to his right. There's going to be a couple of runs. Good looking stroke from the batter. Full enough to elicit a forward stride. Bashed into the wicket, attempted cut shot, beats the bat. All 4 men in the leg side are in the ring. A short fine leg, a square leg, a short mid-wicket and a mid-on. So Faisal Khan's going to keep this around about 4th to 5th stump. He's good protection in the deep on the offside, a third man and sweeper cover. This is the last of the power plays. He switches to over the wicket. Suri jumps down the track and plays this with an open face. Again, sweeper cover is in business. A single this time. Cheers break out in the striker's dugout because the 50 is up. .49 is the on-screen score, which might just be the right score. So cheers a tad too early from the dugout. Ahmad to Hotak. A defensive shot towards short third man. Dot ball to finish a pretty tidy over. 4 runs of Ahmad second over. A quiet finish to a rambunctious power play. Strikers 49 for 3 after 6 overs. They need exactly Nelson, 111 runs for the remaining 14 overs. push towards the long on region for a single by Suri. Cheers breakout again from the dugout. This time the actual 50 is up, 50 for 3. One ball into the 7th over. The run rate 8.11. Both of the afternoon games at Tarika over the last couple of days have been close run affairs. Strikers won a lost bowler a couple of days back. And the Grizzlies defeated Blazers in an extremely close finish yesterday as well. This is going to be 3-on-3 in terms of close finishes. Hotak offers a defensive stroke towards point. The batters scramble for a single. This has been a cagey start from Hotak so far, just looking to get singles. 3 of 6, 3 singles. Suri with 7 of 8, a couple of booming drives he's played so far, especially into the cover region. It's an appeal for caught behind. I don't think that carried to the keeper. Hands on head for the bowler. Suri trying to open his face. It's not so clear if he got an edge. Let's take a look at the replay. I don't think it found the outside edge. Regardless, the ball had bounced in front of the keeper. Suri has been looking to be inventive. This time he gives himself a bit of room and works it towards the deep point region. Point runs to his left to try and intercept, but in vain. 4 says the umpire. Suri moves to 11 with that extremely handy boundary. It wasn't a bad ball by any stretch. The bowler is actually down on the ground. Hopefully he's not in bad shape. You're still in the middle of the 7th over. Suri jumping down the track, giving himself a bit of room and playing an open-faced steer for a very handy boundary. A reward for bold stroke play. Paratkar getting a little bit of attention as he slipped in his follow-through. He's back at the top of his mark. Let's hope he's okay. This time Suri goes leg side. On the bounce to the man, a deep square leg for a single. The flags are flying. The monitor on the comm box threatening to fall at any given moment. Jerseys flapping. Bowlers stumbling. The wind is creating quite the challenge for all comers here at Tariqa. The constant hum of traffic on the highway beyond the ground and the constant buffeting of the wind proving to be a constant accompaniment to the cricket. Hotak goes through the offside this time, but straight to the man at cover. Dot ball. Hotak's been circumspect so far. A ginger-looking Paratkar completes his second over. 7 runs off of it. Strikers 7 overs, 56 for 3. .56 for 3 after 7 overs, folks. It's time for some left-arm spin at the near end in the form of skipper Sanjay Krishnamurthy. He's been pretty influential with the ball over the last couple of games. Got a 3-for in one of the games. He's about to bowl left-arm around the wicket to the right-handed Suri. He's got an in-form Suri to contend with. Big swing by Suri, no serious contact. All the way Pranay is the chirp from the dugout. They want Pranay Suri to play a long innings. Suri has been looking proactive all through this innings, while Kamran Hotak has been watchful. Krishnamurthy's got a strong offside field for Suri. He takes his conventional left-arm orthodox spin, takes it away from the right-hander. He's got 6 fielders on the offside, 3 on the deep, 3 in the arc between long off and sweeper cover. So watch out for some cover drives. That has been driven towards long off for a single on cue by the batter. 3 fieldsmen and the deep. There's a short mid-wicket, deep squarish mid-wicket and long on. A few adjustments for the left-hander now. Hotak, who would like this matchup, the ball turning into his pads. Anticipate a single through the mid-wicket or square leg region by this batter. Driven towards the man at short cover. Useful dot ball. Can Blazers build on Paratkar's couple of overs? Can they build on Ahmed Sai's couple of overs with some more dots from left arm spin? Hotak goes down low and sweeps it with some force, but it goes along the ground towards deep mid wicket for a single. This is a cagey face in the innings. Strikers run rate wise are at a pretty comfortable spot, 7.57 at the moment. The required rate has edged a little above 8, but nothing to panic at this stage. Can Krishnamurthy winkle out and this over? Upishly played for a second. The bowler was in contention. Faisal Khan runs to his right to field long off. The batter has come back for a couple of runs. For a brief second, Suri would have had his heart in his mouth. That was chipped upishly. That went through the attempted catching attempt of Sanjay Krishnamurthy. This time worked away towards long on for a bold single. That is the end of an eventful over. 8 overs done, 61 for 3 are the strikers. Right, Karma Leroux's back for his third over. Bold, foolish front foot stride driven through covers for a single. Karma went for 19 of his first 2 overs. He bowled a few wides. This time an open-faced steer towards deep cover by Kamran. Good looking. So he drives this aerially through the vacant mid-off region, dribbles eventually towards long off for a single. Plenty of singles in this over, 4 on the trot for the batters. Karma is a 31-year-old originally from Johannesburg. He played with Gauteng between 2017 and 2020. Both first-class cricket and ODI cricket. He plays for the Unicorns at MLC. Hotak steers this one towards third man for 4. The dugout breaks into applause as Hotak brings his first boundary. He moves to 9 of 11 balls with that 4. Some adjustments in the field in response to that shot. There is an extremely fine third man in place. There is a fine point fieldsman in the ring. Bashed into the wicket, pull shot, more top pitch than middle. It dribbles towards the deep region in the leg side, allowing the batters to get back for a couple of runs. Runs on either side of the wicket for Kamran Hotak. 4 singles in the first 4 balls, then 4 plus 2. That is a very useful 10-run over for the batting unit. Correction, 3 singles in the first 3 balls. 1 more ball to go. Again, the pull shot by Kamran, this time a controlled shot more towards deep mid-wicket. Eventually, it is 4 singles cumulatively. That is a 10-run 9th over. Strikers finished the 9th over with 71 for 3. And this partnership is growing in stature as we speak. Blazers swinging in more bowling changes. The pacey Rushil Ugarkar has been introduced at the near end. For the first time, we've got a right-handed pacer operating for the Blazers. Ugarkar about to bowl right arm over to Kamran Hotak. Edged aerially, third man runs in to field on a couple of bounces for a single. Suri marks out a leg stump guard as he faces up to Ugarkar. Ugarkar's got a 5-4 field, a squarish deep point, and a long off for the 2 men in the deep on the offside. As we speak, a couple of changes, a couple of yellow jerseys converge into the ring. Sweeper cover has been sent back. So sweeper cover and long off for the 2 men in the deep on the offside. 3 men in the deep on the leg side. Suri guides this one towards point for a single. The right and left combination in the main fielders switching ever so often. Ugarkar to Hotak. Hotak goes down low and steers it towards the vacant point region. The keeper cleans up a single. Every single has been applauded by the dugout. Strikers chase for the Blazers last evening. Banged into the wicket, steered into the deep on the offside. Good lift from the bowler, good placement from the batter, good cricket all round. Nice flat throw into the keeper. Coming in at the second last over, with the Blazers needing a lot of runs, Ugarkar hit a couple of fours and a six to almost steal the chase. A slap to the short cover fieldsman by Hotak, dot ball. This time it goes across through the vacant mid-on region, a tumble by Ugarkar, but not enough to stop the ball. The batters complete a single. That is 5 singles of Ugarkar's first over. Strikers finish at 76 for 3 at the halfway stage as players take a little pause for drinks. We'll see you on the other side of the drinks break. We are back live. Karmai to bowl out his 4th over. Halfway stage of the chase. Strikers need 84 of 10 overs. Karmai bowling left arm over the wicket. Hit towards the cover fieldsman by Kamran. Whenever the Silicon Valley Strikers have been chasing over last season and this year, it's more often than not nail biters. This time a pull shot straight to the man at deep mid wicket for a single. Karmai to Suri. Hit uppishly towards long off. Long off fieldsman goes down low and completes a tumbling catch. Good bit of focus from the fielder. He had to run across to his right, make a few yards. The yellow jerseys converge to celebrate an important interception. The dangerous Pranay Suri departs for a well-made 20 of 20 balls. Strikers slip to 77 for 4. This game is quite open. The current rate 7.45, the required rate 8.6. That is angled across the right-hander, full-ish to invite the drive, but Suri not quite able to avoid the long-off fieldsman. Sajid Gowda, the man tumbling to his right to complete that expert catch at long off. Skipper Raymond Reefer in at number 6. Two left-handers in the middle now, Reefer and Hotak. Steered into the offside for what looks to be a single, a sliding athletic stop by the mid-off fieldsman. Hotak goes for the pull shot. I think it hit the back of the bat and trickled towards the keeper for a dot. A bit of an unusual event there. Might have just been a slower bouncer. Hotak had swung through earlier than the ball got to him. And it bobbled off the back of the bat. Karma has been much tighter this over, his last ball coming up. Hotak goes for a fierce stroke through third man. Third man runs to his left. Unfortunately for him, the ball bounces off his shoulder into the fence for Hotak's second boundary. Applause at the dugout for Strikers as they move to the 80s. End of 11 overs, Strikers 82 for 4. Karmai finishes with figures of 1 for 35 from his 4 overs. That is on the shorter side, a little outside off stump, allowing Hotak to free his arms. The key feature of that shot was the placement. He placed it in between the point fieldsman and the ring, and third man on the fence. .78 from 54. Some off spin with the two left-handers in the middle, driven through the vacant mid-on region by Reefer. Number 18, Vikash Mohan, is bowling his first over. Right arm off spin around the wicket. Hotak goes for a big swing, goes towards the long on fieldsman on the bounce. This time worked a lot squarer. It's actually through deep mid wicket for another single. A trio of singles to begin the 12th over. Can Vikash Mohan snare one of these left-handed batters? Big swing by Hotak. Mohan can snare one of these left-handed batters. Hotak departs. He went for a big swipe through mid-wicket, making no contact. High fives all around for Blazers. Mohan in the middle of all of those celebrations. Timely strike as Blazers pile on the pressure with every wicket. It was tossed up and it seemed to go through with the arm, didn't turn away from the batter. The big swing not finding any serious contact, might have been an underedge onto the stumps. Hotak departs for a well-made 21 of 23. He was watchful through most of the innings. He got a couple of boundaries. He kept the strikers moving in the middle stages. Now it's the skipper, Reefer, and the middle order to do the remainder of the chasing. 75 of 50 balls. Required rate exactly 9 runs an over. Gary Graham joins the skipper in at number 7. He's got a job to do for his side. Bowled a little quicker by Vikash. He continues to operate around the wicket to the right-hander as well. He's got a 5-4 field for the right-hander, 5 fielders on the offside. Time worked down the ground by Gary as he gets off the mark with a single to deepish mid-off. A successful first over from Vikash Mohan. 4 runs and a very handy wicket off the set batter. Strikers 86 for 5 after 12 overs. Paratkar back in business from the far end, left arm over to the right-handed Gary Graham. Graham steers it towards the point fieldsman for a quick single. Graham did not get to bat in his previous game yesterday, but he scored 34 runs in the first game he played a couple of days ago. Reefer is no stranger to chases this tournament. He was unbeaten in both of Striker's victories over the last couple of days, 32 of 29 in the first cliffhanger and 11 not out of 9 yesterday in the more convincing chase. He would like to be there at the end for Strikers. Full face of the bat as he pushes it towards cover for a single. More long off than cover. Graham slaps that one through point. It beats the man in the ring. It runs away for 4. Applause from the dugout. Graham gets his first boundary. Early momentum in his innings. A very handy boundary to release a little bit of pressure building up in the middle stage of the chase. Not too much width on offer, but Graham sort of arching his back and finding the placement. Good bit of batting skill from the number 7 batter. In response to that shot, third man's been sent back. There's a lot of protection in the square region on the offside. There is a short third man. There is a deep fieldsman in between deep point and third man. Again, Graham goes for the fierce slap. This time, that fieldsman in the deep is in business. A little bobble, fields on the double bounce. A single for Graham. The square region on the offside is a pretty busy region right about now, especially against the right-handed batter. A few tweaks in the field from the keeper, Paratkar to skipper Reefer. That is a wide down the leg side. The batter is alert enough to scamper for a bye. A handy extra couple of runs. A little bit of remonstration from the bowler, but the umpire has the final word as always. Paratkar to Graham. Are we going to see more action square the wicket on the offside? This time chopped towards the point region. Not quite middled. A useful single. Runs have been flowing off this over. 4 plus 4 plus a couple of extras. That's 10 runs of the over already with one more ball to go. Driven with the full face of the bat, fielded by the bowler, a dot ball to finish. Paratkar's got figures of 19 for 1 after his 3 overs. Strikers 96 for 5 after 13 overs. This game on a pretty even keel at the moment. The equation 64 from 7 overs, required rate just a little north of 9 runs an over. This has been an entertaining evening and an entertaining afternoon plus evening of cricket as we head into the decisive stage of the contest. 7 overs from the finish line. This has the makings of another epic finish. Strikers 2 wins out of 2 chases so far. They've been unbeaten at Tariqa so far. Got a bit of a task on their hands right now. 64 off 7 with half their side back in the hut. Graham to face the offie Vikash Mohan. Driven off the full face of the bat towards long off for a single. A couple of yellow shirts run across to the left-handers offside. Plenty of singles on offer in the leg side for the left-hander as Vikash continues to bowl around the wicket. Refer goes back and works it towards the deep mid-wicket or the wide mid-on region for a single. Chirping Blue Jays in the background, adding to the background noise from the highway. Can Mohan price out one more batter? Graham shapes for the cut shot. Plenty of yellow shirts in the ring, but a single nonetheless. .99 for 5 are the strikers. 3 singles on the trot. Refer goes back and hits that towards the cover fieldsman. Dot ball. Mohan's been pretty tidy so far. Appeal for leg before. The batters scamper a leg by as that trickles towards shot third man. That is spared in flatter and quicker by the bowler. 100 up for the strikers in the 14th over. Long off has been pushed a little straighter for the right-handed batter. Gary goes back and slaps a cut shot towards the point fieldsman. Dot ball to finish another Vikash Mohan over. He's got figures of 1 for 7 of his 2 overs. He's keeping things quiet in the middle stage here. Strikers 100 for 5 after 14. Needing an even 60 of the last 6 overs. The required rate exactly 10 an over. Faisal Khan Ahmed Sai about to bowl the 15th over. He's been pretty economical so far. 1 for 6 of his 2 bustling overs of left arm pace. Left arm over from the far end to skipper Refer. Ball full but down the leg side. Tumbling save by the wicket keeper Ganesh. A handy stop by the keeper. That's one wide. Could have been worse for the Blazers. This time pitched into the wicket. Reefer slams it towards long on for a single on the bounce. You can sense a little bit of pressure build in the middle. The required rate around 10 and over. Both of these batters will be itching to find a boundary opportunity at any stage. A few little calibrations in the deep field by the keeper. It's a 5-4 field to the right-hander as Ahmedzai switches to left arm around the wicket to Gary. Gary opens up and carves it through the covers. There is a man at sweeper cover to keep that to a single. Graham's clearly dripping with intent so far. Reefer's been more steady. Perhaps the plan is for Reefer to bat till the end. He's been the composed chaser in the last couple of games. Big swing by Reefer towards deep wire left angle. Wide, single, single, single. A steady trickle of runs this over. Graham goes for a big move through the offside but finds a bunch of thin air. The keeper cleans up. A handy dot ball by the bowling unit. Ahmedzai keeping things quiet. Dot balls are absolutely vital. Every dot ball would get the heart rate of the batters up just a little bit. Graham goes for a big move down the ground. Long off and long on converge. Long off makes a tumbling effort and there's a bit of confusion between the batters. Graham comes back towards the keeper. It is pandemonium in the middle. Big move by the batter. Tumbling effort by the long off fieldsman. A throw back at the keys and a bit of confusion between the batters. Eventually, I think it's a couple of runs to the batting unit. Things are heating up in the middle. Graham moving a little across to move it deep, finding more height than he wanted. Eventually, a couple of runs. The pressure is building on both sides in this last 1/4 of the chase. Oh, he's bowled him. Ahmedzai intercepts with a magnificent delivery. Angled into the right-hander. Graham going again for a move into the leg side. Finding the middle part of middle stump. The Ellies go ablaze. The Blazers converge and celebrate a pivotal strike. Strikers are down 6 wickets. 106 for 6 after 15. The pendulum swings again. Blazers have the upper hand right now. The required rate almost 11 and over. Only 4 wickets left. As we take a look at the replay, angling in towards the stumps, just short of a driving length, Ahmedzai celebrates. Good reward for his skillful bowling. He's been accurate all afternoon. 2 for 12 from his 3 overs. strikers in a spot of bother. Zooming out of this contest, Strikers v Blazers is a rivalry that goes back to 4 seasons. The first 3 times these two sides met, the Strikers won 3 on the bounce, but since then it's been Blazers with 5 wins on the trot. Strikers would want to break that sequence here. They also have an unbeaten sequence going on at Tariqa, but it's looking a little uphill at the moment as Adada joins the skipper at number 8. Reefer is on strike though, as Ugarkar is about to bowl the 16th over. He's got 3 overs in the bank, so he's going to be the man at the death for Blazers. Right arm over the wicket to the left-handed skipper Reefer. Now the challenge at Strikers is they need big runs and they need batters to stay in the middle. Ugarkar to Reefer, bowled wide of the tram lines on the offside. Wide, says the umpire. Ugarkar to Reefer. Reefer hits that towards mid-off for a quick single. A little half stop by the fieldsman. Adada scored 10 runs of 11 balls in the chase yesterday. Struck into the offside for a quick single. Man at point, cover point, cleans up. Reefer going for the big stroke. It dribbles. Safely pouched in the covers. That is a bit of an anticlimactic finish for Reefer's attempt to reel in 3 chases on the bounce. He has his head down as he makes the long walk back. He tried to move into the offside to move it towards the leg side. I think that might have been a leading edge, which looped up to a simple catch to the cover fieldsman. Strikers slipped to 109 for 7. The equation gets a little bit more steep as we speak. Shaping up towards deep mid wicket there, but more toppage. Nawaz Khan Katawazai in at number 9. He's got a formidable challenge on his hands. Adada and Katawazai both new to the crease. They're starting down the barrel. 51 runs of 27 balls. Ugarkar to Katawazai. Put into the vacant pair leg reach for a single. There might be an overthrow. There is an overthrow. a little bit of an overblown throw from the fieldsman. Strikers at Nelson right now 111 for 7. Folks who follow Test cricket, umpire David Shepherd used to do the infamous or famous hop anytime a batting team was at 111 or 222 and so forth. No hops from the umpires on field right now as Agarkar runs into bowl to Katwazai. Attempted shot into the offside, no contact. Dots are absolute gold for the bowling unit. Every dot will send the run rate careening up north. The required rate inching towards 12. 49. This time worked away off the pads towards deep square leg for a single. That is a tidy. Got rid of the dangerous reefer. He conceded just 5 runs off this important over. He's got figures of 1 for 11 after 2 overs. Strikers 112 for 7 after 16 overs. Abhishek Paratkar back into the attack for the 17th from the far end. Left arm over to Katwazai. Hits softly towards the vacant mid-off region for a single. Singles are okay as far as the Blazers fielding unit are concerned. Boundaries are what the strikers need right now. Can Adada come up with some fireworks on demand right now? He's struck his 160 plus runs in his T20 career at a strike rate just a little over 100. Adada swings, a bit of appeal, and the yellow jerseys converge to celebrate. Was front stumps. Let's take a look at the replay. That was stuck in front. The left armer's angle always going to take it into the stumps. That could have crashed, and Mer had no hesitation in the back. Strikers slumped to 113 for 8, and Ada just back. Number 10, 57 of 20. Defended back towards the bowler by Netravalkar. The Blazers would offer more of those balls. Heaved into the leg side. There is a man in the deep waiting to pouch that one, and he takes a pretty solid catch. Netrwalkar departs for naught. The yellow jerseys have more reason to celebrate. Paratkar continues his merry wicket-taking ways. 5 plus 3 plus 3 wickets already today with a couple of balls to go. I wouldn't be too surprised if he's atop the wicket-taking charts of this tournament at this stage. That is his 10th wicket in the tournament, and in the here and now that 11th wicket, correction. Nice efficient catch, a deep square leg. The catching by the Blazers fielding unit has been exemplary all afternoon. Despite the swirling wind, the fielders have kept their eyes on the ball. Most of the catches have been tumbling takes. Good technique on display. The fielder allowed the ball to bobble out after the elbows hit the ground. Rushil Ugarkar, the man deep, took that take. Number 11 Zazai joins Katawazai. Can Paratkar end this innings right here? Tentative poke into the offside, point clear for a dot. Shaila strikers in, but keeper appeal. Umpire seems to be moved. That brings an end to Paratkar's 4 overs, 3 for 20. Again, extremely. Into the crease. Underarm throw from Ganesh finding the stumps, but the batter back safe. Ugarkar about to bowl his 3rd over from the near end. He's got a 5-4 field for Katawazai. Big swing by Katawazai, appeal for leg before. Yes, says the umpire. The Blazers have won this game by a significant margin. 46-run margin of victory for the Blazers. Regular striking by the bowling unit, reeling in the batting unit. Strikers subside to 113 all out at the end of 17.1 overs to be precise. Ugarkar bags 2 for 11 of his 2.1 overs. This has been an entertaining afternoon of cricket. The strikers began with a fusillade of boundaries in the power play, but the regular wickets through the innings always meant the Blazers were always in control of the defense. Eventually, the variety in the bowling attack and the consistent catching helping them defend their total. Strikers losing for the first time here at Tarika. Blazers breaking their streak of defeats against strikers. The head-to-head is now 4-5. After 5 defeats on the bounce, the Blazers finally pull one back against the strikers. Let's take a look at the scorecard. The players in the middle exchange handshakes. The afternoon games over the last couple of days have never been lacking any entertainment. Taking a look at the strikers' scorecard. Boundary let and start from the top order. 19 of 7 from Amog Arepalli, setting the pace in the early part of the power play. But regular wickets, Ahmed Sai bowled quick early on, getting rid of Shivam Mishra. Nair snared out Amog Arepalli despite the boundaries in the power plays. Paratkar made an early incision by removing the dangerous number 3 Shehan Jayasuriya. One Suri departing for 20 of 20. Karmai coming to the party with 1 wicket. Vikash Mohan, the offie, making an important interception in the middle stage. Ugarkar getting rid of the skipper. Gary trying to accelerate, falling for 13. A few contributions around the middle order, but eventually regular wickets meant the strikers lose by 46 runs. This is their first defeat this tournament. They are now 2 wins as opposed to 1 defeat, and the Blazers also with a similar equation with this win, 2 wins and 1 defeat. Let's take a look at the bowling scorecard. A host of left-arm merchants on view here. Karmai, Faisal Khan, Paratkar, 3 left-arm quicks. Paratkar 3 for 20, pretty incisive. Ahmed Sai 2 for 12 of his very skillful pacey overs. Hari Nair, the offie, snaring a wicket in the power play. Rishil Ugarkar, the pacey young quick, 2 for 11, and Vikash Mohan with a very handy wicket, 1 for 7 of his 2 tight overs. That is all-round even contribution from the bowling unit for Blazers as they take the win by 46 runs. It is a pretty even table right now. Blazers 2 wins against 1, strikers 2 win against 1. As the players huddle and review, we take a look at the match summary. The Blazers had won the toss and chosen to bat first. Saideep Ganesh, the headlining act, 60 of 36. He continues his rich vein of form in this tournament, following up a magnificent 100 in the first game with his unbeaten 60. Support from Pereira, 25-20, and Sanjay Krishnamurti at number 3 with a sprightly 21 of 15. A Rayford with a 2-for, and the lefty spinner Hotak with a 1-for, and Suri again with a 1-for. Strikers with a couple of 20s from the batters, but not quite enough. The bowling of Blazers, 3-for and 2-for from Paratkar and Ugarkar, helping them get an important win by 46 runs. That is the end of Tarika cricket for the day. We want to remind the viewers that there is a game right here tomorrow. We want to take this opportunity to thank all of our viewers on the live stream. We appreciate you following the game and applauding the different teams. We want to thank both teams, the respective groups, for putting on some entertaining cricket all afternoon, all weekend in fact. As we head into Labor Day Monday, we've got a few games happening here and over across in Davis. We want to thank the broadcasting crew, Bala and Bibu, doing work on this blustery ground. We want to thank the ground staff as well, Rafael, for dishing out some solid wickets to produce some good cricket. This is your commentator Hari Venkatramani signing off. Good evening, good day wherever you are. Hope to see you tomorrow for the Labor Day cricket match at Tarika and elsewhere. Have a nice evening, folks. Good night.